Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Fox98 here. Welcome back to a brand new video for you guys today here on the channel. Today we're here for another episode of F1 2020 My Team. This is part number 2 now for the Bahrain Grand Prix. If you guys have missed the last episode, I did release it quite late last night. So if you didn't get a chance to go and see it, be sure to go and check that one out before you go and check out this one. I'll try and make sure that I remember to leave a link in the description down below so you guys can go and see that. Or maybe I'll put a card in the top right hand corner for you guys to go and watch it. There'll also be a playlist created for F1 2020 My Team, so if there's any that you have missed, you can always obviously go check out the playlist as well and be able to go and see it there. But as we go then into the Bahrain Grand Prix, first things first, as our acclaim, our global acclaim went, or team acclaim, went up to level 2, we can now pick a secondary sponsor to add onto the car, which is going to allow us to get more money, which is very, very cool. And as you can see, there's a lot of different sponsors here with a different set of goals. And I was having a look through them all and trying to pick out which one that I fancy going with throughout the entirety of the season. Of course, the contract, you can see it has a different amount of time that it's going to last for. So some contracts only last 53 days, some last 88 days maximum. So it goes between that range there. So I had a look through them all and just tried to figure out which one looked like the best option for me and then go from there basically. So as you can see, there's quite a lot that we could technically be going for here. And some of them are quite easy, some of them are quite difficult. In the end, I believe I picked one of the A's. I can't remember which one I picked, but in the end, I believe I picked this one here, OMG. Here, which basically is to overtake 5 different drivers during a race, which is very simple because if people are coming into the pits, that's an overtake, so yeah, that's fine. Next up then, you can see this is the driver market. So eventually, as time goes by, drivers will eventually be able to be available on the market, and you can see that what their market value is and how much that they're going to cost. So at the moment, all those top tier drivers are going to cost way too much for our liking. So on that front, obviously, we're absolutely fine. And now we go over to the sponsor decals here, and we can actually go ahead and pick where we want our sponsor to go. So as you can see, that's exactly what we're going to be doing now. So I'm going to be filling up the car with the sponsors, whether that be Shark or whatever the hell that sponsor name is, to be honest. But I thought, you know what, let's spice it up. Let's get this car all the sponsors that we possibly can and make it just look a little bit better. So that's exactly what we did. And as you can see now, the car looks a lot more presentable with more sponsors on there. So all in all, not too bad. And then lastly, I believe I do check the R&D. No, I don't. I go straight into qualifying. I believe for the R&D, one of the aero upgrades has arrived. The other one failed yet again. But in qualifying now, and I was feeling really, really confident actually. Bahrain, typically, a lot of creators that I do watch, it's a very difficult circuit for them. For me, I love the Bahrain circuit. I just have such a great click and flow with the track. So for me, I was feeling very, very confident and comfortable. And as you can see on my first flying lap, we set a 127.3. I didn't feel that was good enough, so I decided to go back out again. We're currently in P19 on the grid now. We're 3/10 up on our previous best lap. We're going to cross the line for a 126.9. Where's that going to put us in comparison? We go into P13, which means we get out of Q1 for the first time this season, and it's only race number 2. And Jack Aiken, my guy, coming out there with the Koreans, even though he's got the wrong nationality, and goes P8 in that session. So just goes to show that we've got some really good pace here today, and we managed to go 2/10 clear of the knockout zone, and we do make it into Q2 for the first time this season. And of course, Bahrain as well is a power-heavy circuit, and I believe we've already got a drag upgrade on this car because it gave it to us, and we've got the Mercedes power unit, so we're in very, very good shape. So this is my first run in Q2. Now, I was running a scrub set of soft tyres, so this lap was not going to be competitive, and you can see it's a 128.0, nowhere near the 26.9 that we did at the end of Q1, but we are going to go out and try and beat that on my only set of soft tyres available. And here it is then. So we're currently 9/10 up on my previous best lap. Let's see if we can try and make it out of Q2. Can we get into Q3? Jack Aiken got into P8 on his run now as we go towards the start-finish line here. We're about 1/10 of a second, 1.1 seconds up. So we're going to pretty much match that 126.9 that we did. We actually went 4 1,000ths of a second quicker than what we did in Q1. in Q1, and we're going to start the race in P12 then for the Bahrain Grand Prix. That is a sensational qualifying effort there, and Jack Aitken qualifies in P14, and he was only 1.9 seconds off the pace. I was only 1.7 off, so there's only 0.2 of a second between us there. So overall, me and Jack Aitken have got some very, very good pace, and that's a solid effort there from the Koreans here today, and we can be very, very proud of that as we look to build our army ready for war. But as you can see then, with all of that being said and done, let's get straight into the race. It is time for the Bahrain Grand Prix. In fact, it's not, because I'm going to make an upgrade. Maybe? I don't know. I can't remember if I did or not. There's one upgrade in the pipeline. Then there's this rear wing one. Yeah, there is an upgrade coming in the pipeline. More rear downforce. Let's get straight into the race.
We're here again then at a circuit famous for its stunning visuals and thrilling battles for glory. Who will take the spotlight in the Bahrain Grand Prix today? There's no shortage of passing opportunities around the 3.36 miles of the Bahrain International Circuit, with the best at turn 1 of course, and then another soon into turn 4. 15 corners here, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, and we could see 1 or 2 flat spots into the tight left-hander of turn 10. Joining me for today's race once again is Anthony Davidson. Now, I want to talk to you about Valtteri Bottas. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday puts him on pole, and starting alongside in P2 is Sebastian Vettel. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Hamilton, Bottas, Max Verstappen and Albon, Sainz, Norris, Giovinazzi and Esteban Ocon, Ricciardo, Thomas, Lance Stroll and Aitken, Gasly, Magnussen, Kimi Raikkonen and Daniel Kvyat, Grosjean, Russell, Perez and Nicholas Latifi. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Alright then, so as you can see, we're on the grid now to start the Bahrain Grand Prix. And the team has automatically put me onto the medium compound tyres and then to swap to the hard tyres for the end of the Grand Prix and do a one-stop strategy. So I had a look to see if I could do soft to hard, and they weren't really having it. So, you know what? We're starting from P12. We're actually in a very strong position. Normally the AIs, especially on this game, are a lot quicker in qualifying. So why not try the mediums to hards? We could genuinely fight for some points in this Grand Prix. We've got the card to do it. So let's see what we can do then. So we're on the grid now. And Ricciardo is going to do the same thing as me here, but we've got 5 red lights now for the start of the Bahrain Grand Prix, and it's lights out and away we go then. It's a good start from Lewis Hamilton there in 3rd place on the grid for Mercedes then, as he goes towards the outside line. We get very close there to our teammate Jack Aitken, who tries to have a look at us up the inside, but we're going up the inside of a bunch of cars here. There's a bit of front wing there that's come off from one of the Renault cars. Looks like Daniel Ricciardo there is taking a bit of damage now, as we've got in front of Antonio Giovinazzi, and now we're onto the back of Lando Norris here, going up towards turn 4. We're going to have a little look here, but we're not quite close enough, as Giovinazzi now is trying to come back at us again, through towards turn 4, and in towards the middle sector now. Giovinazzi has the position sorted now, as we go in towards the sweeping left and right handers, but Giovinazzi there still leaving the door slightly open there for ourselves, and that's where we're going to pounce now, down the inside on Giovinazzi, and we make the move stick, and we're up now into, I think it's P9 already. So yeah, stunning start from us from P12 on the grid, up 3 places now, and we're going to try and press onwards onto lap 2 of this Grand Prix now, and Esteban Ocon has passed Antonio Giovinazzi, and we are now going to be under threat from the Renault. But crucially enough, the guys behind me, you can see them all there, they're not all over the back of me. I'm not holding up the cars. I'm actually getting a decent amount of pace out of this right now, as Ocon here goes flying down the start finish right now in towards turn 1. He's going to get this move done here. He swoops straight past us and we break very, very late. I actually got caught out here, so up the inside then in towards turn 1. I had no intentions of re-overtaking Esteban Ocon there. I just got onto the brakes a lot later than what Ocon did, and I just made the move stick and we got back past him again. So now onto lap 3, which is going to start lap 4 this time. Ocon's going to have DRS enabled for him here. So it's going to be a slightly more simpler move as we get the back end loose down the exit of the final corner there. And Ocon now, you can see the DRS opening right there as we now go on to the start-finish straight now. We're going to be under pressure from the random driver going in towards the first corner. This time around, Ocon does make the move stick. We could break a little bit later and go for it again. I thought about having a look at it, but at the end of the day, Ocon seems to have the pace over me. If I could try and stick with Ocon, maybe we could try and catch the drivers in front. Who knows? Or Ocon will just drive off into the distance. I don't know. But crucially, on lap 6 of the Grand Prix here, you can see there in P11, Antonio Giovinazzi is currently 5.5 seconds behind us, which is great. Like, we've got some serious race pace here. And as Ocon now comes into the pits, Verstappen pits, Bottas has pitted. Next up the road is Sainz and also Lando Norris, who are actually going to war here in towards the first corner. There they go. Norris defending on the inside against Carlos Sainz. Who's going to get this move stick? Sainz is going to try and hold it on the inside of turn 2. And then towards turn 3, Norris has got the position sorted. And then Sainz will have to back out of it onto the end of lap 7 here. We're actually caught up to the back of Carlos Sainz in all of this, as the soft tyres now are wearing out very, very quickly. But Sainz actually dipped into the pits, and I thought, that's fine. I'll take the DRS and use some rich mixture and get past him, as Lando Norris now is up into second place. We're into third place now in the Bahrain Grand Prix, but of course, plenty of time to go as we now try and chase after Lando here, who actually pulled away from us a little bit. Bit of a scruffy lap from us, but now on to lap 9 of the Grand Prix. You'll never guess what, lads. Force Korea is leading a Formula 1 Grand Prix, and it's only race number 2. Would you look at that? I mean, yeah, everyone's made stops. I haven't pitted yet, okay? Like, just give me my moment of glory, right? Because the Koreans are going to dominate. Now, on to lap 12 of the Grand Prix. Yeah, Charles Leclerc's fresh medium compound tyres are absolutely rapid, and he caught up to us at a very fast rate of knots here. And as you can see right behind me, Charles Leclerc is there. Now he's not. And I just decided to let him go. There's no point in holding up Charles Leclerc, trying to make any fuss out of it. I've got more important things to do in this Grand Prix than trying to battle with somebody who's about, you know, a good couple of seconds faster than myself. And on to lap 13 of the Grand Prix now, you can see that we are currently P2. Lance Stroll is in P3, Raikkonen's P4, and Gasly's in P5. All of us lot are doing the one-stop strategy in this Grand Prix, and it seems to be paying off. I mean, for the majority of us anyway now. As we're coming into the pits here, if you're wondering why I drove it headfirst into the pits, I have pit assist on because I can't be bothered to do all the pit mechanics. It just annoys me. So we're coming into the pits now for our one and only stop onto the hard compound tyres here on lap 14 of the Grand Prix. And oh my Jesus Christ, you Korean beasts! 1.9 second pit stop. Oh yes, please. I am giving all you a pay rise and a free pistol to go with it as we now go out of the pits here now. We've got Verstappen and Sainz here, and we're going to get very close there to the back of Verstappen's rear wing there. Luckily, though, no damage taken, so we'll be fine with that as Ocon now is behind us. Remember, Ocon was actually in front of us before the pit stops, and after our mega overcut, of course doing a different strategy, we're actually out in front of him. And that's the same with Lando Norris. Norris there is behind in P12, so yeah, that actually worked out very well in our favour. So we're just going to get a little bit skirmisher on the throttle though. But Verstappen now is trying to pressurise Carlos Sainz in the foreground there, as we're now trying to press onwards. A little bit of oversteer coming out from the back end, so it's a bit unstable at the moment. Of course, we are on fresh hard tyres. We've still got quite a bit of fuel in the car, and they're going to be a little bit cooler. So we just need to get the tyres in the working operation, and we'll be absolutely fine now as we're going to go in towards this middle sector here now. And Verstappen there just in front. He's only 9 tenths in front. We've got a yellow flag though up ahead, so I think we've got a problem here. And as we're having a look now, that's a Mercedes-Benz. It's actually Bottas there. So Bottas has had a problem there. He spun around, so I think he might have made contact with somebody and all of that. Let's have a look then. So Valtteri Bottas is going through towards the middle sector, and oh my, he's just dropped it by himself. Oh wow, so we've seen from preview builds that the AIs can make mistakes, and that just goes and proves it. He's just dropped it by him completely on his own. There's no one near him. I thought he was going into combat with somebody. Having a look again, look, he's just clipped the curb on the inside line. It's unsettled the car, and he's gone straight into the wall, and that's broken his front wing end plate there. And as he's trying to rejoin back onto the track, he just sort of stops, and eventually everyone goes past, including myself there. So yeah, just to go to show that AIs, they can make mistakes, and they will make mistakes. As we now go in towards the last corner here, we're onto the back of Verstappen and also Carlos Sainz, about to set our personal best lap, where we set our fastest middle sector of the Grand Prix so far now. As we're coming towards the start finish line, it's our new personal best lap. Verstappen's got DRS. We've got DRS on Verstappen here. We're going to try and go for it here on Max Verstappen. In towards the first corner, braking nice and late now. Down the inside on Verstappen. And we make the move stick on the Red Bull driver. I actually would not have believed after race number 2 I'd be attacking a Red Bull driver for legit position, but hey, I am, so solid. On to lap 16 to start lap 17 though. Unfortunately, Verstappen's still got a little bit of life left in those medium compound tyres, and even though I've got fresh hard tyres on, it seems like Verstappen still has some pace in here. So as we now go on to the start finish straight now, I actually thought initially I had a good run against Verstappen here, but Verstappen clearly just uses a bit of energy at a different point to when I was, and he absolutely flies past us here. And as we go in towards the first corner, I thought Verstappen, I got a bit flustered doing that actually. I thought Verstappen was going to go wide in towards turn 1. He never did, so I was going to try and do the switchback, but it didn't work out. So yeah, my bad, but it's okay. Lap 18 of the Grand Prix, now we're going to start lap 19, and all of the drivers that are doing the two-stop strategy are about to pit, as Nicholas Latifi there retires from the Grand Prix in the Williams car there. Alex Albon pits now for the second time in this race, and Lewis Hamilton and Vettel and Leclerc are still yet to stop. Speaking of Vettel and Leclerc, here is Sebastian Vettel. So Vettel made his pit stop, and he actually got out behind us, but it didn't take him long to get back past us. Of course, fresh medium compound tyres on, and Lance Stroll now is in P4. Hamilton is in P5. We're going up to lap 23 of the Grand Prix. We've got 7 laps to go in this Grand Prix, and now here is where it gets very, very tasty. We're on to lap 27 of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Myself versus Lewis Hamilton. This is for a podium in the Bahrain Grand Prix. Gloves are off. I let Vettel through. I didn't want to fight him, but I am going all out now to gain a podium. By the looks of it, we're now guaranteed a point scoring finish in this Grand Prix. So, hey, if I get P3 or if it's P7, I don't give a damn. Here comes Lewis Hamilton, though, for the first attack now. Onto lap 28. He flies past us with the DRS, but I have got a little trick up my sleeve. You don't defend the inside line, so I'll just go for it at the inside there as we now retake the position against Lewis Hamilton. And crucially, we've got DRS on the next straight, so we can look about saving our fuel and also crucially saving the battery. We've got not a lot of ERS left to deploy here. Onto lap 28 now to start what is going to be the final lap of this Bahrain Grand Prix. Albon has now caught up to the back of us now, so it's going to be myself versus Hamilton versus Albon for that final podium spot here. We're using every inch of the battery that we've got here. I have to save a little bit now. Hamilton's going to come for us now in towards the first corner. It's not as close as it was last lap, but it's close enough for Lewis Hamilton to have a go at us in towards the first corner. Albon now has stolen P4 from Lewis Hamilton. No, Hamilton's still in front of Albon here, but now they've got DRS for another attack here up towards turn 4. Hamilton now's got the inside line, but we have also got wait, Hamilton's not got the inside line. He's got the outside line. I've got the inside line. Now towards the middle sector here, we're having to put it into lean fuel mixture. Albon tries to have a little look there in towards the middle sector, but he's past Lewis Hamilton now, which is crucial. I'd rather Albon be behind me than Hamilton, because Albon has got the Honda power unit. It's not as good as the Mercedes power unit, and that's exactly what we want now as we go in towards this final lap now. We're going to ride on board for the entirety of it to see if we can try and pick up what will be a shock podium in this Bahrain Grand Prix, all thanks to race strategy here as we now press onwards now. Albon here has got the DRS now on this long back straight. Will he go for it in towards the fastest sector? I have to cover it off in towards here. Albon got great closing speed through there, and I had to just make sure that we were clear of that as Charles Leclerc wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. But I don't care about Charles Leclerc right now. I care about what I'm doing on the track here as we go in towards the last portion of the lap here. ERS made up. Now we're going to put it into rich fuel mixture. Now we're just going to give it absolutely everything we've got. We could just steal a podium in this Bahrain Grand Prix. One more corner to negotiate now. Corner negotiated. Now we're going to open up the ERS as deployment as much as we can. Put the rich fuel mixture and take it across the line to finish in 3rd place at the Bahrain Grand Prix. And that, I literally could not have predicted that we were going to finish 3rd place in the Bahrain Grand Prix, but we did. And I am absolutely ecstatic to have just done that. And yeah, I am so happy. And yeah, I can't really put it into words. At the time I was recording this video, you don't understand how happy I was when I actually crossed the start-finish line. I was literally fist bumping. I felt like I just won the League Racing Championship, and I don't even league race. That's how it felt to me. Yeah, it was absolutely sensational. And yeah, it was all down to strategy and race pace. The strategy of medium to hard is much faster than the soft medium, and I made it work for myself. And of course, the car just performed really nicely for me. I was really happy with the car, you know. And I've always said it. I think if you guys have never watched a video of mine, you'll find this a bit obviously strange, but for those that have watched my videos for a long time, you'll know that when it comes to career modes, Bahrain is a circuit that just clicks with me. I don't know what it is, it just clicks. I love the flow of the circuit, and it works in my favor. So on that front, we will take that, and that is absolutely sensational. And just to prove that, you can see on your screens now, Lance Stroll finished in P6, Raikkonen in P7, and Magnussen in P8. They started 13th, 17th, and 16th. I started 12th, so I can understand why people may be a bit annoyed because I've got a podium in my second Grand Prix. But at the end of the day, I mean, the proof is in the pudding, you know. Raikkonen started 17th and finished 7th on a one-stop. You know, Stroll was 6th and he was a position behind me, so it was clear. Strategy played dividends, and we got it absolutely spot on. Looking at the Drivers' Championship then, we've catapulted to like 6th in the Championship, or 5th in the Championship, with 15 points. But of course, this has been a fortunate Grand Prix for us. I expect us to go back to reality at other circuits along the way. So that we'll take with a grain of salt for the time being.
That was an exciting race from our perspective. Let's have yours. You really looked in control of your car out there. Your team must be thrilled.
Genuinely was, actually. The car just felt great. It was a little bit iffy in the high-speed corners still, but
do you have any
yeah.
comments about the collisions?
Did I collide with anyone? Probably, so no.
Well, here's hoping they're working hard to find some improvements.
She actually changed her sentence this time. She must have realised that she offended the Koreans last time around, and all of North Korea were on her back, fam. But yeah, there we go then, guys. That has been it for today's episode. You can see there that we actually went up to level 3 in the team acclaim, which does mean there that we're now on to 32% combined acclaim boost there. So we're really racking up the points in that order. We overtook 5 different drivers during the race, which means that we do get the 100k goal bonus, or near or thereabouts. And we also get 80k in cash for that race weekend, as Jack Aiken actually took a little bit of damage there. So Jack and myself costing the team about 10k each. Whoops. But it is what it is. But there we go then, guys. If you have enjoyed today's episode, feel free to drop the video a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here as well. It really does mean a lot if you could help support the channel. We're going to try and aim for 20k subs by the end of the year. And if we surpass that by other videos that come out, then we'll go for 30. Why not? Let's just do it. Let's give it absolutely everything we've got. Next episode is going to be the Vietnam Grand Prix. So first time that we're going to be racing around there. You will see that episode later today. As it is F1 launch day, I'm hoping to upload as many videos as I possibly can today. Because why not? I'm feeling good. And so the last thing for us to do then is we've obviously got an activity timeline here. So I'm going to go ahead and just showcase what I'm going to do in the timeline. So I started with a funded team event, because why not? You know, get the team out, get them all happy. We then do a chassis department focus, and then I decided to do a sponsor event filming to round off the time there, and that is the performance chart. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Oh yeah, my upgrade failed again. That's the second upgrade that I've now had, which has failed, and it won't now arrive for Vietnam as far as I'm aware. So, yeah, that's brilliant. Anyway, on that note, I will now see you next time. Peace.